Okay, Jan, this is your second lesson. Like you were saying, these are the swing plane lines, and the idea is to keep your shaft parallel to either one of these yellow lines. Each time you break the plane, it's an unneeded movement, and then you have to make a corrective movement to get it back on plane, because to hit this ball, you have to get it back to that point. So if you break the plane out here, you got to get the correct movements to get it exactly on. And then inconsistency comes because we can't always make those corrective movements the same amount. Sometimes we correct it 3 inches and sometimes 1. And sometimes perfectly. So the more times you break the plane, the more inconsistent we're going to be on the ball strike. So you can have the ball going left, ball going right, and some straight, depending on the extra movement. So when you take it back here, what do you think about that position? It's a little inside. When we take it back, we call this position 2. See, he's got, you can't see it because you want the club head overlapping your hands and the shaft of the club parallel to your toe line. See how his is right there, yours is out here. So and we'll show you how to get here. Your club should be right there. So this is off, and it's actually 90 degrees to the plane line. So it's wasted motion. But that's not really a killer. But look, so see the shaft is kind of blurry right on plane. So you made this move here and made this great move to put it on plane, but it's unneeded. So we got extra movements. It's making the swing difficult. But here's the problem. So you start from pretty much inside to on plane, but now watch, it's going to probably go. That's pretty doggone good. That's really good. I'd rather have you here. See that? So that's slightly across the line. See where he goes? That's where his club is. Let me draw his yellow lines. Oops. See, I like that arm. I like that right elbow pointed down. That's really good. So the arms look very similar to Adam Scott. That's phenomenal. I mean, for somebody with a 30-some handicap, that's really good. And you made a pretty nice turn here. Your shoulders are on a slant also. What's happening? Your hands are kind of going like this, whereas we want you pointed out just like Scott out. It feels like it's pointed out left to the top, like that's a perfect spot. See that shaft? Okay. That's right where it should be. And then you keep going. Now here's the problem being across the line when you come down. See the shaft? It's pointed here. And it should be pointed at the ball. Now watch when he comes down. So he just starts down because he's all on plane. The shaft's pointed at the ball from here. See that? Yeah. Now he just writes down that red line. And like that, whereas you, this coming in steep is a kiss of death. This is, okay, so this is too steep, but somehow you figured it out to shallow it out, because look at this shaft. It's now on plane. That's brilliant. But see that those moves you don't really need. So this move you don't need. Then if you don't have that, you don't need that move putting on a plane. Then you're up here, and then you start down. Then you have to lay it down. So you start down here. Sometimes you don't lay it down. You'll be hitting it left and more left. And if you lay it down too much, you'll hit it right. And it's because of those extra moves. What we want is just up the plane, down the plane, and turn through it. And those extra moves, if you have time on the range and you're just kind of laughing and thinking about it, you have time to make these rerouting. Under pressure, it now counts, we get shorter and quicker, we don't have time to do the makeup of it. So it feels like the swing is falling apart. So, and then you come through, because you're steep now, you're going to have to stand up trying to save it. But you got the hips going pretty good. So you exit right on plane. So the good thing to realize here is, of the 10 components, you've got probably 6 of them really good. Really good. You just have a little extra movement with the hands. You got your hands going like this, but your arms are moving on past. Your body turn is pretty good. So there's not a lot of things wrong with this. See, that's the advantage of video, is the swing is better than it feels. I can guarantee you that. Because when we start going left and right, it feels like everything is wrong. No, it's just a couple little things. Okay, so this is plain. Let's look at the other side. This is more about timing. Naked eye, this looks pretty good too.
So when she's going back, you're going like this.
Yeah, flipping it inside. Yeah.
The left wrist flexion.
Yeah.
More than one piece.
Yeah. Right. That's quite a good backswing from there. Yeah. Now, it looks like you move kind of, there's a little bit of sway here, so you kind of like this. In reality, you should just, that knee should stay just like that. And if you're topping the ball, it's using here, you sway off it, then you have to sway the right amount through, and if those amounts don't match at the right time, you're going to top it or hit it back.
Are my feet too close?
No, when we start, we usually have the feet close together because we're more secure.
Yeah.
But I mean, the good guys really basically have the inside of the feet on the outside of the shoulder. So a little finger stance, but for a 30-some handicap, that stance is fine. As you get more confident with the balance and all, we'll get them further apart. But to be honest, a 30 handicap is usually like that. That, and by the way, that's not a bad drill. Hitting your feet together, then it has to be rotational. You can't sway with your feet together. So, okay. So, from this side, let's just play this through. Yeah. Okay. So from this side, all this looks pretty good, but it's like, do you ever skip a rock when you're a kid? okay, you skip a rock like that. You're skipping a rock like this. So it's basically, I mean, this looks pretty good here, and then it's on an arm swing like that. And what you want to do is, you know, the footwork is this, where it's pushed here, and then as you come in impact, you rotate here. So it's basically skipping a rock here. So there's a weight shift, and then you start clearing that left side. So it looks like this instead of like that. But it's a pretty good backswing, and then because that left tip's in the way, you have this chicken wing. See that? Okay, so before I shut this off, so the best drill we have going for you is, and we'll do it here after we finish, is you take the club right to here, and then you take it to the top and swing. So you can actually look to see if it's right, then you just go from there to the top and swing. Okay, so from this other angle, now I personally wouldn't get too hung up on your body turn at this point. I'd work mostly on getting the extra movements out, but for future reference, and maybe we can look at it closer tomorrow, is just to give you what it looks like. Okay, so now watch his lower body. So he pushes off, he's skipping the rock, clears the left hip, sees like that, and look at this. Not so much, right? We can see that. Okay, so you guys are looking about the same. Yeah, well, but so that hip's in the way, like this, so you've got to end up with a chicken wing. You'll never be. See, this is nirvana right here. Both arms straight, left hip is cleared. So then you can really whack it, and it helps direction and distance. See that? You got kind of alligator arms through here. Because, so look, if I clear that hip, look, I can get to his spot. Here, just our anatomy won't allow this thing to straighten. So when you come through, we just get that hip out of the way. So if this is a good drill where you're here, and then you come through and here, you're trying to go like this. See the difference? Hip clears, and then we can rotate through.